Some people walk away from responsibility. Others come back years later, hoping time erased what they did. This is one of those stories. They had only been married for 2 weeks when the pregnancy test turned positive. John was ecstatic. He came to every ultrasound, painted the nursery blue, spent hours assembling an expensive crib, talking about the future like it was guaranteed. Everything pointed to one baby, one son. At 28 weeks, during a baby shower filled with laughter and gifts, the first contraction hit. Sharp, sudden, wrong. Before anyone could react, another wave followed. A friend rushed her to the hospital, calling John on the way. Within minutes, doctors confirmed it. She was in active labor. Far too early, but unstoppable. John arrived terrified, holding her hand as contractions grew stronger. Okay, the doctor said. One more push. She pushed with everything she had. A cry filled the room. It's a girl. John's grip loosened. What? He whispered. That can't be right. The ultrasounds showed a boy. Before the shock could settle, the doctor froze. Wait, there's another heartbeat. Another push. Another cry. It's a boy. Tears streamed down her face. 2 babies. How did no one see this? Then the doctor spoke again. I need you to push one more time. Silence filled the room. Another push. Another cry. Triplets, the doctor said calmly. 2 boys and a girl. Premature, but breathing. The babies were rushed to the NICU. She was wheeled into recovery, barely conscious. John followed the nurses. He didn't come back. Hours later, he stood in the doorway, pale and distant. This wasn't the plan, he said flatly. We planned for 1 baby. They're your children, she whispered. I can't do this, he replied. Then he left. 5 days in the hospital. 1 visit. 1 question from him, not about the babies, but how ultrasounds could miss 2 children. When the doctor called it a miracle, he heard only a burden. The day the babies were ready to go home, she called him. A long pause. I can't handle this, he said. I'm leaving. When she arrived home, his closet was empty. His wedding ring sat on the counter. No note, no goodbye. She named them James, Anna, and Charles, raised them alone, with help from family and 1 loyal friend. It was exhausting, overwhelming, but full of love. 12 years passed. Then one evening there was a knock at the door. He stood there, older, nervous, apologetic. I made the biggest mistake of my life, he said. I want to meet them. I want to be their father. She stepped aside. Inside, 3 12-year-olds sat at the table, homework spread out, quiet focus. They glanced up at the stranger, then went back to their work. They didn't recognize him. They didn't need to. They already have a father, she said calmly. He taught them baseball, helped with heartbreaks, built science fair projects. He stayed. You left when they were 5 days old. You don't get to come back now that the hard part is over. She closed the door. Through the window, she watched him stand there, shaking, before walking away. Inside, one of the kids looked up. Who was that? Nobody important, she answered softly, and they went back to their evening. Because to them, nothing had changed. They were whole. They were loved.